Hello BookTube, Sarah here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a Friday Reads. So let's jump right in and get started. What am I reading this weekend? I am almost finished. I'm about 85% of the way through Miranda by Susan Wiggs. This is a Regency intrigue type novel. It's obviously historical. It's about a woman named Miranda who, or she doesn't even know if that's her name. She's lost her memory and she is part of a plot. They think that she knows things. There's a group who is after her who thinks she has information about an assassination attempt on a very high-ranking public figure. And there are two men, an English nobleman and a Scottish Highlander, who are both claiming to be her betrothed. And of course, like I said, she doesn't remember any of this. So they're both trying to win her affections, and one of them may be a bit devious in his reasoning for that. The reader knows the truth, who is who, but she does not. And it's not bad. This is far from one of my favorite books by her. You can tell this is one of her older ones. I am having a few issues with it, but I'll discuss those, of course, when I do my wrap-up at the end of the month. But, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm enjoying it. It's not a DNF, but like I said, it's by far one of my favorites by her. So, like I said, 85% of the way through that one. I should definitely get it done by the end of today. So then I will be starting my final book that is on my TBR for May, and that is Island Girls by Nancy Thayer. This is the one that you guys recommended to me, you guys picked for me in my Pick a Book from May. It just so happened to be the last book. I didn't intentionally plan to read this book last, and that's not my intention with the Pick Me a Book kind of little series that I'm doing here on my channel. It just so happens when I just kind of pick a random book to read next when I finish a book. This one just happened to be the last one picked. So yeah, it is about three sisters they share the same father, I think. One of them might be adopted, but anyway, the father has died, and they're pretty much spending the summer going through his estate, I think, and figuring out his will. So it sounds interesting. It takes place in Nantucket. It's a summer story, perfect for this weekend. I hope we're not going to get a lot of rain like they're calling for. I would love some sunshine, but yeah, so this one is the one that's going to be next. And I should actually get this one done by Sunday. And like I said, this is the last book I have on my TBR for May. So that means I have 3 days of no reading that I have to do, if that makes any kind of sense. All my TBRs have been read. I don't necessarily want to start my June TBR on Monday or Tuesday because I could potentially finish one of those books in a day or two. And if I'm reading off my June TBR, I want to be able to finish the books in June. So what I'm probably going to do is just pick a random book from my shelf to read, to pick it up on Monday when I'm done this one. And then when I'm done that, then I'll start into my June books. So the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, I did finish Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. It's fantastic, guys. Highly recommend. Again, more about that in my wrap-up at the end of the month. But right now, I am listening to At Home, A Short History of Private Life by Bill Bryson. I am loving this book. It is really good. I'm about 40% of the way through it. I'm trying, typically when I listen to audiobooks, I listen to them on my way to work. After I drop off my husband at work, on my way to the gym, I listen to them. I don't listen to audiobooks at the gym anymore. I just found I couldn't pay attention to them because there's so much going on around you. I know this sounds weird. I can listen to them while I'm driving, but I can't listen to them while I'm walking on a treadmill. I think because when I'm driving, I'm focused on the road, I'm focused on what's going on around me, whereas at the gym, it's you hear something and you automatically, you're looking around, what's going on? Someone hops up on the treadmill beside me and, you kind of glance over and stuff like that. I'm a big people watcher. That's my problem. So I'm constantly, scanning around at the gym. I'm that person. I mean, I'm not thinking anything horrible about people. I just am a people watcher. So anyway, I found it really difficult to listen to audiobooks at the library, at the gym. But the one thing I have found this week, I decided to give it a try because, let's be honest, walking on a treadmill, boring as all get out. I hate it. You're walking. You're like a gerbil. You know what I mean? And yeah, I have music on, but it's not the same. I find that I'm focusing on the time. How much time have I been on? Because I try and do 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm focused. So what I actually did on Monday is I brought my e-reader, and I thought, okay, I see a lot of people on Instagram, a lot of booktubers that I follow will show they're at the gym and they're reading a book, and I'm like, I wonder if I can do that. I always thought I would have problems with it because, of the motion, your balance and whatever. I just plopped that thing down on the ledge, and I'm getting so much more read, guys. holy cow, I'm getting a full hour of uninterrupted reading. And I'm focused on the book, and I've got, like, my music in, so I'm not paying attention to anything around me anymore. And, you know, like, you're going through and you can do a couple chapters, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I've been on here for 40 minutes, and the time goes so quickly. It's fantastic. So, anyway, all that to say, my audiobooks I listen to on the way to the gym, and then I listen to them on my way to work. Typically on my way home, I listen to podcasts, audio podcasts, or if it's been a particularly bad day at work and I need to really de-stress, music. Blast that music in the car. But this one I've been listening to going to and coming from work because I've only got, I think, 9 more days on it, and it was like a 16-hour long audiobook. And I really want to get it done before it has to go back to the library. But like I said, it's really good. It's exactly as it says. A short history of the private life. Essentially, Bill Bryson. It's narrated by Bill Bryson as well. He lives in this old rectory in the UK and I think in England. And he's pretty much going through it room by room and telling you the history of that room, and not in particular that room for that rectory, but that room in the development of homes and comfortable living to human beings. Right now we're at a part where he's in the dining room, and he's talking about why salt and pepper are staples. Like, out of all the spices in the world, why those two are the two that everybody has in their kitchen, on their table, what have you. So it's really, really interesting. I really like it. Like I said, he narrates it. He does a really good job. I've listened to him narrate before in another book by him that I've read. So I'm absolutely really enjoying this one, and I highly recommend it. The last thing that I'm currently reading, of course, is my print book, and I'm almost done. I think I've got like less than 100 pages left, and that is Unmentionable. Sorry, cat fur. The Victorian Lady's Guide to Sex, Marriage, and Manners by Therese Oneill. I love this, guys. This book is so good. The sad part is that I'm not getting to read it as fast as I wanted to, because I read this before I go to bed, and I try and read like 10 or 20 pages before bed, but it's been, the last couple weeks have been really brutal, and I've been really tired by the time I get to bed, and I just don't feel like picking up a book. I just want to just go to bed. But I actually got some reading done last night, and it was really funny because, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera. When I was reading it, I was laying in bed and I was laughing while my husband was out here watching a hockey game. And he like came in and he's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just have to read just this little part for you guys, because this had me, like, maybe it's because I was tired, I don't know, but it was so funny. So essentially the chapters are divided into like different things, like, you know, the clothing that you'd wear, the way you keep a home, you know, blah, blah, blah. So this chapter is about going outside and how you're supposed to walk as a lady. Now, she writes it with a really great bit of humor to it, but she uses actual documented stuff that would have been in books for young ladies and what have you. She just kind of puts her own spin on it, so I just have to read this to you really quick. Do not turn your head side to side. A loose neck indicates loose morals. Head movement is considered an invitation for men to seduce you. But then again, most everything a woman does risks being read as such an invitation, especially if she forgets her crone. So the whole other part before that was that married ladies have to go out with a woman who's older than them, or another married woman, or their husband. They're not allowed to walk alone. You know, all these things, right? Do not stop to look at shop windows. Staring slack-jawed at feathered hats and pump organs is what a country girl does just before stepping into the wrong hansom cab and being sold into white slavery. Do not swing your arms. Bring a parasol to keep yourself occupied. Purchase one if you need to. This might be difficult, as you are not to look in shop windows to see where parasols are sold. I don't know. It's my brand of humor, and I love it. Now, if you want to read this, I highly recommend getting the print book version. It is on audiobook. It's also an e-reader. I don't know how good, like, my e-reader isn't so great for pictures, but if you've got, like, you know, an iPad or something like that, that might be better on pictures, then I recommend it. But there are literally pictures on every single page. Every page has pictures and all the female reproductive system. I mean, it gets into everything, guys. And there's advertisements and, you know, old, like, photography, and there's always little captions that are great. I love this book. Love it, love it. I'm almost done. I hope to finish it this week, or this weekend, and then it can be on my, my May, I could have finished it in May. That's what I'm trying to say. So yes, absolutely recommend. Speaking of books, and I did talk very briefly about the Pick Me a Book for May, it's time for the one for June. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's been a month since I did my first one of these. Like, the time is going so quickly. Oh my gosh. So, pick me a book. If you're new to my channel and you're not sure how this works, essentially if you look on Goodreads, on my TBR shelf, those are all books that I own that are to be read, obviously. And if you do look at them, everybody's is like this. That shelf actually is numbered from 1 to however many books that you have. And I have mine sorted from the oldest book that I bought to the most recent book that I bought. So what I do is on the Friday before, like the last typical Friday of the month, is I will ask you guys to pick me a number. So all I'm looking for right now is a number. And I did, I think, 1 to 50 when I did this in May. I'm going to shorten the number span a little bit. Please pick me a number between 51 and 75. So 51 and 75. Post your number in the comments below. I'm going to pick like the first 5 or 6 numbers. And what I'm going to do then is correspond those to the books that are on my TBR. You know, if you pick book number 54, I'm going to find book number 54 on my TBR. And then next week, I'm going to be shooting a video, and I will pretty much talk to you guys about all 5 or 6 of those books that you guys picked. And then you pick for me which one you want me to read in June. So that's how that works. I hope that makes sense. So yes, please post in the comments below a number between 51 and 75. And oh, you guys picked a great book last month. I'm assuming I haven't gotten to it yet, but it looks really good. So I really, really love this feature, and I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's do that. What am I knitting this weekend? Guys, something big happened last night. No, I didn't cast anything off, I wish. But the Epic Shawl of Epicness, as I am referring to it, I finished the final lace section last night, which means I have 30 more rows and this puppy comes off the needles. So, oh gosh, I don't want it to fall off the needles as I'm talking to you. So, the final lace section, all this here got finished last night. That slows me down. The lace really takes a long time. Now, again, if you're new and you've never seen this before, this is the Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry, is the designer. This thing is huge. There's no way. There is no way I can get this whole thing in the picture. When it's done, I'm going to photograph it, and I will post a picture at the end of the episode, like at the end of a Friday Reads when I show you guys my knitting. And I don't mean to be waving the knitting needle in your face. I apologize for that. That was very rude of me. But yeah, this is the Find Your Fade shawl. I absolutely love it. It uses 7 different skeins of sock yarn. Not full skeins, like about half skeins, but still, it's massive. I was knitting on it last night. My husband says to me, he goes, "Aren't you done that yet?" And I'm like, no, and it's all bunched up in my lap as I'm knitting on it, right? So I toss it over, and I throw it across his lap. It stretched the length of the couch. He had no idea it was that big. He's like, oh my god. And I'm like, I know, right? So yeah, so this is what I will be working on this weekend. But other than that, not a lot of plans this weekend. My sister-in-law and brother are doing a garage sale at my mom's tomorrow. I might go over. I do have a lot of books, and a lot of them I'm looking to get rid of, so I might just sell them at the garage sale and make a couple extra bucks. So that might happen tomorrow if it rains. If it doesn't rain, who knows? But yeah, other than that, that's all my plans. But before I go, I just want to very quickly wish all of my American friends a very happy Memorial Day. I hope you have a very safe and happy long weekend. Enjoy your barbecues or your fireworks or whatever it is that you do. I hope you have a great one and enjoy spending time with family and friends and just relaxing. And I think I've rambled enough. Like I said, my videos coming up next week are going to be my Pick Me a Book video. So if you could post those comments, you know, when you watch the video, this video, that would be great. So then I have the numbers for when I record on Sunday. And also my June TBR will be filmed this weekend too. And I am super excited. I always get excited about my TBRs. So yeah, I think I've got some good books this month. But anyway, guys, that is it for me. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.